morning, students. Welcome to today's class of English. Today we will go through chapter 21 of your grammar book, that is direct and indirect speech. This is a fresh chapter, but in class 6 you have started learning about it. This chapter, some students may find this chapter a bit complex, but if you know the rules very well, if you learn the rules to be followed for this chapter, then it may be easier for you to know this topic well. So we will know about some of the rules about this topic. Direct speech means when a speaker is directly talking to another person or persons, then we call it a direct speech. Generally, the direct speech is written within inverted commas. The dialogue is written within inverted commas, and when we are saying the same speech or reporting the same speech to somebody else, then it is called indirect speech. That's why indirect speech is also known as reported speech. Like here you can see in your book also it is written that the actual words of the speaker are placed within inverted commas. As I told you, the actual words of the speaker begins with a capital letter. The actual words of the speaker are separated from the reported verb, okay, by a comma. So whenever we talk about direct speech, we will have a comma, and the speech will begin with inverted commas and also end with inverted commas along with a full stop, question mark or exclamatory mark. Whereas in an indirect speech, the speakers form, listeners form, and the inverted commas all will be changed. Inverted commas will be removed, and whatever the sentence is, whether it is a statement, question, exclamation, whatever, but in the case of indirect speech, the sentence ends with a full stop. We will know certain rules of conversion of a direct speech to indirect speech. So let us see these, and you should learn also these rules. We do not use the inverted commas in indirect speech. We generally use the conjunction that to introduce the reported speech. There is a change of tense in reporting the exact words of speaker when the reporting verb is in past tense, but the tense of the reporting verb remains unchanged. We have reported verb and reported speech. Okay, so if reported verb is in past tense, suppose he said is past tense, so in that case the reported speech will also be converted to past tense. We'll have some rules, we will know about them after this. If the reported verb is in present tense or future tense, then the reported speech will the tense of the reported speech will be as it is. Personal pronouns, possessive adjectives, and adverbs of time and place also undergo changes when we change direct speech to indirect speech. Here, when there will be said in a reported verb or in a direct speech, then when we will change it into indirect speech, it will become said that. If there is said to, it will be told that. If it is says, then it will be says that, and if it is says to, it will be tells that. These are very minute things, you should keep it in mind. Now there's a column in your book that is in 123 page number. It's very important, so kindly go through them. Okay, when a reported speech is in simple present, suppose as the example given, Daisy said, I like tomato sandwiches. The dialogue is in simple present. Then the simple present tense of the verb is changed to simple past tense. The personal pronoun I is changed to she. Here, Daisy said, I like tomato sandwiches. This I is for Daisy. So, when we will change the direct speech to indirect speech, then I will take the form of Daisy, that I will be changed to she. These things you have to take care of. Now the sentence will be, Daisy said that she liked tomato sandwiches. Like will become liked because here reported verb is said, that is in simple past form. If the reported speech is, again I would like to tell dear students that Daisy said is reported verb. I like tomato sandwiches is reported speech. Now, if the reported speech is in present continuous tense, for example, mother said, I am reading the newspaper. Here, I am reading the newspaper, as you can see, it is in present continuous tense. Present continuous tense will be changed to past continuous tense. The personal pronoun I will be changed to she. Here again, I am reading the newspaper. I is for mother, so it will become she. And as per the rule, present continuous tense will change to past continuous. So now the sentence will become, mother said that she was reading the newspaper. If the reported speech is in present perfect tense, as the example, Sheila said, I have written the composition. Have written is simple, have written is present perfect tense. Then present perfect will change to past perfect, and again I will change to she. I is for Sheila, so it will become she. Now the sentence is, Sheila said that she had written the composition. If the reported speech is in present perfect continuous tense, like Varun said, I have been traveling since Monday. You have already done perfect continuous tenses. So as per the sentence, Varun said, I have been traveling since Monday. Here, present perfect continuous changes to past perfect continuous, and here have will change to had because it will become past perfect, and I will be he because Varun is a boy, so I will become he. So sentence will be, Varun said that he had been traveling since Monday. If the reported speech is in simple past tense, like Mohit said, I sent the email to Uncle Kunal. Whenever the reported speech is in simple past tense, the tense will change to past perfect. Remember students, simple past will change to past perfect, and here again I will take the form of Mohit, it will become he. Now the sentence is changed to indirect speech, as Mohit said that he had sent the email to Uncle Kunal. If the reported speech is in past continuous, as the sentence says, the teacher said, I was teaching photosynthesis at noon. The past continuous changes to past perfect continuous. Students, be very careful about the changes. Again I repeat, past continuous is changed into past perfect continuous tense. Here again I will become he or she, anything, but teacher could be a male or female, and the sentence will be, the teacher said that she had been teaching photosynthesis at noon. It will become had been teaching because past continuous changes to past perfect continuous. Next is, if the reported speech is in past perfect, as the sentence suggests, Vikram said, I had watered the plants in the morning. Had watered is past perfect. There is no change of tense in past perfects. Only I will be he because Vikram is a boy. Now the sentence will be, Vikram said that he had watered the plants in the morning. Only I is changed to he. Otherwise, The sentence is as it is without the inverted commas and commas. When a reported speech is in past perfect continuous tense, like Karishma said, I had been listening to the story. Here again, no change in the tense in past perfect continuous. Only I is changed to she because Karishma is a girl. Now the sentence becomes Karishma said that she had been listening to the story. Here, had been listening is past perfect continuous tense. If the reported speech is in future tense, as the sentence says, Ajay said, we will do the work happily. Will changes to would. The personal pronoun we changes to they. Because when Ajay says we, that means he is talking about many others also along with him. So it will become they. Now the sentence becomes Ajay said that they will is would, do is do the work happily. They would do the work happily. Will in direct speech changes to would in indirect speech. May to might, can to could, must to had to, ought to and used to do not change in indirect speech. These all are modal verbs. Here one more note is given. If the quoted speech expresses a condition that still exists in the time of speaking, the tense of the reported speech remains unchanged in the indirect speech. Suppose a sentence, the teacher said the earth revolves around the sun. This is a truth, universal truth. The earth revolves around the sun. Then the speech will be remain unchanged. The teacher said that the earth revolves around the sun. Similarly, if any proverb, saying, many other truths, universal truths will be there, or habitual things, a person's habit, then the tense of that particular speech won't change. Here we have some exercises based on this. We will discuss about this later on, although I had solved all this for you because your exam is also near, but before copying down these things in your book, you try the exercises yourself, otherwise you won't be able to understand. Now we'll go through some other rules also that are given in your book, that is changes in pronouns and possessive adjectives, as it was already talked earlier. It is said here, when the reporting verb said is followed by an object, said to is usually changed to told. Pronouns and possessive adjectives of the third person, you know, he, she, they, it, do not undergo any changes in indirect speech. Like he said, she will do her work soon. He said that she would do her work soon. Okay, only will changes to would. Here again we have some exercise. Here again in what we are talking about just now, here some more examples are given. He said, I want to take care of my dog. So he said that he wanted to take care of his dog. Here the person's form and the tenses are changed. Otherwise, other things cannot be changed. That you have to be careful enough. We find that the pronoun and the possessive adjectives undergo changes according to the subject of the reported verb. Okay. Now there are some more rules. Reporting verbs in the present and the future tenses. As we have already discussed that if the reported verb is in present tense or future tense, as father says, Manisha will say, then the tense of the reported speech won't be changed. Whatever the tense it is, we cannot change it. Like father says, it's a sunny day. Father says that it's a sunny day. Simple. Manisha will say, I have discarded all the clothes I don't need. Here you have to change I to she because it is about Manisha. So Manisha will say that, again if you write she, it will become has. She has discarded all the clothes She doesn't need. Here you have to write doesn't need, not you cannot write don't need. Only I, the form of I will change to she. So accordingly she, again she, and it becomes doesn't. Now some more important things. In the case of direct to indirect speech, there are some words which changes from direct to indirect. Now will become then, ago will before, this is that, these will be those, here will be there, today will be that day, yesterday the previous day, tomorrow the following day. Sometimes we write the next day also. Last night, the previous night, tonight, that night, the next week, or the next month, or the next year will be the following week, following month, following year. Last week, last month, last year will be the previous week, the previous month, the previous year. So all the rules and regulations are given very, very clearly, dear students. It will help you to understand the chapter well. Here, some more kinds of converting sentences will be there, where you will convert direct speech to indirect. Question types are also there, commands are also there, exclamatory are also there. So, if question types are there, you have to two type of questions will be there. One will be, suppose, like he said, where do you live? There are WH questions, dear students. Many WH questions. WH questions means where, who, what, when, how. Many are there. Almost 9 are there. So whenever WH questions are there, then you will write the sentence this way. Suppose here it is given, he said, where do you live? In indirect speech you will write, he asked me where I lived. It will become lived. Okay, and there will be full stop, no question mark. But if WH questions are not there, then suppose other than WH, like have you done this, or are you well, can you, can, could, will, would, has, do, did, this way the questions will start. Then the answer will be this way. My mother said to me, are you hungry? My mother asked me if I was hungry. It will become was because the reported verb is past tense here. Okay, students, this may be a bit difficult for you. Here we use to plus infinitive in imperative sentences and reporting verbs such as requested, urged, pleaded, ordered, commanded, indirect speech. Like imperative sentences means ordered. Suppose if it is said that the teacher said, get out of the class. The teacher commanded to get out of the class. Here simply to, infinitive to, and then the verb directly. Okay, as the example given here, Subhash Chandra Bose said to his countrymen, give me blood and I shall give you freedom. Subhash Chandra Bose urged his countrymen to give him blood and said that he would give him freedom. The teacher said to the student, shut the door. The teacher commanded the student to shut the door. Here the things are not so complicated. And exclamatory sentences, the tourist said, what a beautiful place Kashmir is. It's a matter of wonder, amazement. So the tourist exclaimed in wonder that Kashmir is a beautiful place. Here also you have certain exercises. So I have solved all these exercises for you. I'll send you the PDF of all this. So if you feel that you are feeling uncomfortable in understanding any of the questions, so in our live classes we will go through it. Okay, students, so we have done enough today. All the rules and regulations I have told you, and I will send you all these A, B, C, D and E exercises so that you can go through these answers and tally your answers also. If you have any other answer, you may tell me whether those answers could be correct or not. And I will also send the PDF of the previous chapter that is uh, exercise C of active and passive voice. Exercise C was the homework. I hope you have done. So now I have uh, solved this for you. I will send you so that you may tally your answers along with this. So dear students, I think you have understood the explanation of this chapter. So this is the end of today's class. The PDF which I'll send, no, that you first to try to write the answers yourself, and then you see the PDF, tally the answers with your answers, and some of the answers you can see and write also, but see that all the answers could be correct. And also I would suggest also you should go through the this rules and regulations, because may be possible that the same questions are not asked in exam. So if you know the rules, it will help you to write the correct answer of any kind of questions. So dear students, I'm going to wind up today. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Goodbye.